Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how y'all doing today? It's a beautiful Monday morning, and let's review the Impact Wrestling Slammiversary pay-per-view event celebrating 20 years of a company that people didn't think would last a week, a month, or even a year. And I'm not gonna lie, they've had their ups, they've had their downs, and they've had their, oh my god, how are they going to recover from that downs? But somehow, they always do. And here they are with arguably probably their best roster of it not being flooded with ex-guys from other companies and writers that actually care about the product and generally have stories revolving around all the titles. So let's get to it. At the kickoff, you had Rich Swann defeat Brian Myers for the Digital Media Championship, which is great because now Rich Swann actually gets to hold this title. He won it at an indie show during their last set of tapings. Rather, he won it at an indie show while the last set of tapings were airing. Matt Cardona was not involved at that taping as he had other commitments. So he dropped the belt at a show, and then they did a good job covering it up by the announcers. Oh, hey, yeah, he won the belt, but Matt Cardona stole it back. So that's why Rich Swann was never seen with it until now. So congrats to Rich Swann. Then you had the Impact held nothing back when they said they're celebrating 20 years of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And let's face it, the Reverse Battle Royal is probably about as ugly as it comes. But they did it. It was kind of good for a laugh. What was it? I'm sorry, I'm saying this. Mike Jackson, this older gentleman that was in there that was able to walk the rail practically the whole way around the ring, doing old school, holding Shira's hand, walked the whole rail, stood perfectly balanced as a fan does, as fans do in their front row, had the title belts around the railing. The guy had to sit there and move his 3 belts so Mike Jackson could keep walking. That was probably the best part of the Battle Royal. Other than that, we gave a shell, yeah, and it went to Shark Boy. It then kicked off with Ultimate X, a staple match with Impact Wrestling. And it was won by Mike Bailey, which kudos to him on winning the X Division title for the first time. But it feels odd to take the belt off Ace Austin now when you just got exposure from him with New Japan and him joining Bullet Club, which is sweet. So that caught me off guard, honestly. I figured shoo-in Ace Austin's retaining because they're gonna feed off of this Bullet Club. Apparently they said no, we had our own ship land. Thanks. The next matchup was the Knockouts Tag Team titles, which had Ragnarok, Rosemary, and Taya challenging Tennille Dashwood and Madison Rayne, the Influence. I kind of felt this was going to be a given of a title change. I was not disappointed. And Rosemary and Taya becoming tag champs kind of feels long-term booking completed because they always had a rivalry when Taya came in. Then they became a friendship, which went through the pandemic era, which included Wrestle House, which then included Rosemary's wedding, and Johnny Bravo being shot. An investigation going into who shot him to reveal that it was Taya, so they could write her off that she was being arrested so she could go to NXT. Fucking hilarious shit from back in the day. Look it up. Like, you can't make that. Well, they did make that shit up, but it's hysterical. Sami Callihan beat Moose in a fucking Monsters Ball brawl. And I will say, one thing I don't think I've ever seen, and I know the commentators are saying they've never seen it. We've seen power bombs on trash cans. When the trash can is down, you get power bomb the opponent onto it, it goes splat. Sami Callihan had the trash can standing up, bottom up, and Moose took the power bomb right onto it. Oh my God! And then he stood there, arched onto the trash can. Then he took 2 fucking pile drivers onto thumbtacks. All the respect in the world right now to Sami Callihan and Moose for that match. The Good Brothers defeated the Briscoes to regain the Impact Tag Team titles. Which now this goes back to my Ace Austin losing the X Division. You're putting gold back in Bullet Club. I would have started off some type of Bullet Club wants all the gold now. So they're going to start branching out with all the other members to go for all the different titles. So I'm curious to see what they're going to go with it. After the match, America's Most Wanted came out. James Storm, of course, had some beer. And he got to do a little tribute to Impact TNA, talking about how no one thought they would exist. Here they are 20 years later. And if you don't like it, sorry about your damn luck. The Impact TNA Originals got to get the win over Honor No More. It was probably the most clusterfuck of a match, but it was a clusterfuck in all the great ways of TNA Impact that it could be. And that was, you had, God bless, you had Maria ringside with Honor No... Oh, no, let's rewind to this. You had the mystery, who was going to be the 5th man on Team Impact. And out walked Dixie Carter, who then got to announce Davey Richards. So now we got to have a wolf on each team. Which, can we get a reunion? Can Davey snap Eddie out of this and we get the Wolves one more run? Just one more run with the Wolves. I'd love it. I know others would love it too. Hi, Brett. And the OGs got the win after Maria got involved, causing a distraction, which then brought Frankie Kazarian's wife, Tracy Brooks, away from the audience to pull Maria down and knock her out. PCO pulls Tracy into the ring. Kaz takes him out. Somehow along the way, Brian Hebner got knocked out. So who would come in to make the save? Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer Earl Hebner, who just so happened to have a referee shirt on underneath his normal shirt so he could count to 1, 2, 3. I mean, my God, if you haven't been a fan of Impact TNA at all, just that moment right there just had to give you a smile. Just to see Earl come out. And then when it was announced that this was Brian Hebner's retirement match, and it's on, right after Earl's twin brother Dave had passed away. So him and his son got to kind of have a moment to point up to heaven. It was a heartwarming moment. Nothing on that one. Then came Queen of the Mountain, which, like we said, celebrating the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've always loved the King of the Mountain match, and I have been dying for them to do a Queen of the Mountain for years now. And I don't think they could have had a better group of 5 to do it than these women. And they killed it. Straight up, flat out, killed it, left nothing behind. And I am so happy for Jordynne Grace. I adore every woman that's been in there. I've met all of them, and they're phenomenal. But Jordynne fucking deserved it. Since she lost that Knockouts title 2 years ago, she has been part of the Knockouts Tag Team Division, winning the Tag Team titles. She won the Digital Media Championship. She has competed for the X Division Championship multiple times. She has competed for the men's Tag Team titles recently. So yeah, Jordynne deserved it. Congratulations to the Queen of the Mountain. Last up, Josh Alexander versus Eric Young. Impact New Blood versus Impact Old Blood. They went to fucking war as much as they could in a match that I think still had DQ. But at the end, Eric Young's tearing up the ring so you get to the wood, and it was a pile driver on the wood that put an end to the match. Josh Alexander was the only champion to retain on the main card. Rich Swann was technically the champion, but he did not walk out with the belt. So Josh Alexander was the only one of the night to walk out with the championship and walk away with the championship. All in all, A+ to the event. I was glued to it. I loved it. I'm looking forward to BFG. Y'all took Slammiversary to your one home of Nashville, Tennessee. How about you bring BFG home to somewhere in Florida? Just saying, guys. All right, comment below. What did you like about Slammiversary? What has been your favorite Impact Wrestling moment, period, throughout the 20 years? Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you here for another episode of my own multiverse of whatever the hell comes to my mind to make something up. Late days, y'all, and take care of yourselves, everybody.